tell you one thing, it is really hot today. It is mid-90s. It's almost August. It's late July. But I've loaded up. I got some corn and a couple cameras I'm going to be taking out to West Virginia. I was told that I've got a couple really nice bucks, one of them that's really big, on a property that I've got permission to hunt. And last year I didn't hunt it at all. I don't have a clue what I had out there. I didn't have a camera. Never stepped foot on the property, I don't think. But I'm being told it's a really big one, and I hope that it's as big as what they're saying. So we're gonna head out there, put some cameras out, see if I can't find them. Like I said, I got some corn, and I'll probably just put one camera on a trail or something. I know that last time I was out there was a lot of heavily used trails, so I'm gonna see if I can't find those bucks, and maybe I'll have something to hunt. Season's coming in really soon. Right here in Kentucky, it's coming in here in about a month, really. And then West Virginia is about 2 months. So it's coming in on us, and I feel like I've still got a lot that I've got to do. But we will head towards West Virginia. Luckily, where I live, I've only got about a 30-minute drive to where I'm hunting. And we'll see what we might be able to find out there. One thing's for sure, if I've got word of a big buck on a property and I've got another camera that is not really getting that many pictures, I'm definitely taking the camera that's not getting pictures and putting it somewhere where I may possibly have another buck. So that's what I'm doing right here, taking this camera down. I'm gonna take it to the other property, and hopefully I can, scatter a few cameras out over there and figure out where this buck's at, and maybe figure out a good early season pattern. That way I might be able to get on him early October, late September. So this camera, I have yet to have a shooter buck on it, anything even promising. I haven't had it. Nothing but a small little tiny basket rack 8 and a bunch of does. So I'm not saying that this place is a wash. Maybe somewhere to come back to closer to the rut, but for right now, this camera is going to another property. Well, I got that camera out of the woods, the property that really wasn't producing anything. I may come back to it if I don't get these bucks on camera, but I'm going to be taking 2 cameras up to the property that I've been told I've got the big buck on. I'm going to be putting some corn out, putting one on maybe a trail or under some white oaks or something. I'm not really sure, but I'm going to try to figure out where these bucks are, if they're really here. Like I said, I've been told that one of them's a really nice one, so we'll see what's going on. But like I said earlier, it is hot outside, so I'm going to sit in the AC for a little bit, cool off before I go to the next property. I know sometimes getting out in this hot weather can really suck, getting through with the spiders and the ticks and just the heat and sweating and packing in corn. If you're like me, I don't have a four-wheeler, so I just pack it all on my shoulder, but something that definitely is rewarding whenever it comes together. But I'm going to keep doing it. It's part of it. Hopefully I can figure out where these bucks are. Hopefully within the next few hours I'm getting some pictures on my phone of a really nice buck. So we'll see what happens. Well, I'm not even back in here yet, but I can definitely tell this looks like a good place for a buck to hang out. Man, it is thick. If I come back in here again, I'm gonna have to bring some kind of tools to make me a good path to get up in here. It used to be a good path, but it's hard now. But I got just a little bit more ways to go, and I'll be there. So I'm gonna put the corn out, and then I gotta put these cameras out. So, whew, man. If there ain't a big buck in here, I'll definitely be disappointed. I'll tell you that. It just seems like a good place for a buck. Super thick and secluded, but we'll get the rest of the way up in there and see what we see. Who knows what's up in here. There might be a 200-inch buck. I doubt it, but there might be. I just can't wait to see what I start getting on these cameras. I really do. Truly feel like there's something good back in here. So hopefully it opens up a little bit, at least on the path. I don't care about where the deer are. I just wish this path was a little bit clearer so I can get up in here easier. But just because it's hard don't mean that it's going to make it hard to kill deer. I think that it might make things a little bit better. But if I can get in here quietly without spooking anything, especially when season starts. So as you can tell, I'm not even that far off the road. But we'll see. We'll go a little bit further and see what I can find. Well, according to onX, I'm getting really close to the spot where I'm wanting to be. I used to have a mineral site up in here. It's been years since I've put anything in it, but I used to keep it really fresh. I used to keep a camera on it, and I had a lot of deer in there, so that's about where I want to put the corn. And while I'm here, I might try to spot out a good tree for if I do start getting pictures on the camera, where I want to hang a tree stand. I've never hunted this particular spot. I just always kept the camera here, but it looks really promising. It's thick. I think I'm finally out of the thick stuff though, as far as the path, but the rest of it, man, if you look around here, it's just a jungle, which is good. I don't see any reason why a big buck wouldn't want to be hanging out here. So makes it tough to get to, especially when you're by yourself trying to do the whole thing with the camera and your corn and your trail cameras too, trying to get it all on video. But it'll be worth it if I can find one of these bucks and try to pin them down. So I just got just a little bit more to go. As you can hear, I'm sure you can still hear the traffic. I'm still not that far off the road. So but a lot of times these places that's really not that far in, that's just a small little piece of property, they can be the hidden jewels. So hopefully that's what this turns out to be. I haven't jumped anything yet, but I'm kind of just waiting, listen and see if I jump anything, because as thick as this is, I know that there's got to be deer. There's probably one sitting here watching me right now. I might have to try to find a better way to get in here to hunt it. But man, this place just really, it looks really promising. Alright guys, so this is exactly what I'm looking for right here. I've found a really, really well beaten down trail right here in the middle of this thicket, and I'm going to follow it to the other end. I think I know about where it goes, and if it goes where I think it's going to, I'm going to probably put one of my trail cameras there, and I'm really close to where I want to put the corn and one of the trail cameras. So I'm going to be putting these two cameras out today. I believe that this trail, if I follow it out, it's going to take me to a big patch of oaks, which will be awesome for especially early season. I might follow it out, see if I can't figure out if there's acorns, if the trees have a lot of acorns on them, and if so, I'll put that camera there, and I might be able to figure out a good pattern on these deer, figuring out if, when they're hitting the corn, when they're hitting the acorns, when they're traveling in between, because I got season coming up here soon, and I want to try to get these deer as early as I possibly can, just like anybody would. So I'm going to follow this trail out and see where it goes, and I may put a camera out there, and hopefully it works out for me. This place is looking really awesome. It's just a small little 10-acre piece, I believe is what it is, and it's a big thicket. The entire thing's just so thick, and I know that there's deer here, so I'm going to follow it out. There's plenty more trails just like this. Maybe I ought to follow them all out and just see what looks the best, but this trail right here is definitely used a lot. It's beaten down to the dirt. Found a spot where I'm going to put the corn at. My mineral site's back here behind me. I don't know if you can see it, but it's an old one, but the hole's still, it's really deep. I don't know if they're still digging at it or not. I doubt it. It's been several years since I put any minerals in it, but I know that there was definitely deer in here a lot back then. I'm looking at a path right here. There's a couple paths down below me. I've got paths up here. This place is just, it seems like a deer highway. So it's definitely still thick in here, but it opens up a little bit, so I might be able to get a shot. And I think that this might be a really good spot to hopefully get him on camera if he's here. And so I'm gonna put the corn out here, put my camera out here, and then go on and put another camera out at another spot. All right, guys, so for my second camera, I'm gonna be putting out here, right here, if I can get my finger going right. That is that's the end of that trail, but it also splits, and there's another one right in here too. They kind of come together, and they come out under a bunch of beech and a bunch of oaks. So this might be a really good early season spot, coming to and from bed to feed. Good thing about this is I've got a tree stand just over this hill where this path leads to. And the path definitely looks like it's fresh. It looks like it's used quite a bit. So I'm gonna put my camera out on it, just see if there's anything going through this path to these oaks. And hopefully I can get them on a good early season pattern to where I can get in here. And I may have actually found another way in here without spooking them through another property that I do have permission to hunt on. So we'll see what happens. Put this camera out, get out of here, and hopefully I got some pictures within the next few hours. All right, guys, well, I didn't think it'd take very long. I put this camera out yesterday along with the corn, and he's definitely a good one. I'm gonna zoom in real quick and let y'all see him. Let me get turned around here. He's definitely a good one. There he is, guys. He's definitely one that I'd love to get after. Definitely one I'd love to shoot.